Well, good morning, everyone. I am doing something that I have not done in a while. I've just decided to go explore new places. Not really sure what I'm going to find. I've taken along my little buddy Dredd, of course, and we have found ourselves at Lake of the Woods Forest Preserve in Mahomet. I'm not really sure what all is here at this park, so I've just parked by the entrance and I'm going to explore. Looks like we've got a Japanese-inspired garden here. Oh, we're going over the bridge tracks. There's that car. I think the car are hoping I'm going to drop some food down for them. No food for you guys. I'm sorry. Pretty fish. It is still early enough in the morning. It is peaceful and cool and shady back here, and that is delightful. Such a treat after all the heat we've had recently. And we've got a little bike trail, a jogging trail. Don't know how far down that would take us, so let's take this little path back, Jed. What do you think, Dredd? You like our adventure? Shall we keep going? Come on. Botanical gardens. I think that is what I just wandered through. Let's see what else they have on offer here. The Botanical Gardens and the Rayburn Parnell Woods. That's back the way we were. And covered bridge down that way. Oh, what's over here? Now I am wondering, since it's called Lake of the Woods, where the lake is. Maybe this will all become clear in time. But in the meantime, we can stretch our legs. We got a little open clearing here. You okay, Dredd? Looks like Dredd maybe stepped on something. Did you step on something? You okay? think Dredd must have stepped on something. Maybe something stung him. So he seems to be favoring this paw now. It doesn't seem to bother him when I squeeze it. I cannot find anything in his paw. Like, there doesn't seem to be any thorn or anything like that. He's favoring it. Okay. So I took Dredd back to the car, gave him some water, soaked his little paw, adjusted his harness. He seems to be doing okay now, so I think we can walk around for a little bit longer, but we won't go too long. I don't know what happened to him. I don't want to stress this little paw. And here is, I think, one of the main attractions of Lake of the Woods, the covered bridge. I've been waiting for several minutes for pedestrians to not be walking on the bridge. I think it's one of the few remaining covered bridges in the area, and of course, people do enjoy a covered bridge. This Dredd now seems quite fine. So whatever his misadventure was, I think he's got over it. You feeling up for a little walk by the stream? Think you can handle that, little mister? Come on.
Italian dog, they use it for hunting truffles.
Okay.
But yeah, it's supposed to, it checks all the boxes for what you want.
Dredd is definitely feeling better. Can we get another view of the water? Oh, he's got some people with a dog walking past, so we'll let them go on by. Look at that current there. And you hear people crossing the bridge in their cars. See a little bit of the current. And you know, I really like the contrast between how deep and cool the shadows are here under the trees, and then how bright and hot the little patches of sun are out there. I'm glad you felt well enough to continue our walk. I honestly don't know what happened there. There was not anything stuck in his paw, like a thorn or a sticker. So I'm thinking maybe he got bit by some kind of insect, but he seems to be fine now.
My brother's girlfriend, her family is like big Christian people, so it's like.
Well, that little stretch of path seems to be Dog Walker Central. I passed several people with their dogs, and as you can see, Dredd behaved like a true gentleman. He even got compliments of how calm and nice he is, which is why when I'm out by myself, I only take Dredd with me. Freya and Raven, my other two dogs, are not so well behaved. And where is this road taking us? Who knows? It is an adventure. We are exploring. Oh, and more bridges. Okay, so that little waterway is the Sangamon. Behold the Sangamon. Well, it can get a little bit big for its banks in the springtime, but here in midsummer it seems to be pretty lazy. Well, since Dredd seems to be recovered from his paw misadventure, I thought before I left the area I would just take a peek on the map and see if there's anything else interesting to explore while I'm here. And how could I resist a park called Heron View Forest Preserve? Supposedly a short little hike down to the Sangamon here outside Mahomet in Champaign County. So let's go ahead and take a look. A lot of times when I'm just doing these random explorations, I'll end up like completely down all these crazy gravel roads in the middle of nowhere, and my husband is like, "Are you trying to get us killed today?" So I was a little bit nervous with just me and Dredd exploring up by our lonesome, but this turned out to be a good pick so far. It's just down a residential road, not hard to get to. It's like a nice little trail. Have you not learned sometimes nature bites back? You get out of there. They get kicks. The sounds of summer. Bugs and house wrens. Just to throw out some nature fun facts. I haven't been here before, but just looking at it, I can see it is clearly lowland forest, otherwise known as floodplain of the Sangamon. We saw back at Lake of the Woods that the Sangamon is slow and sleepy in its banks now, but it can really swell in the springtime. And I imagine there are times when this area is completely underwater. You can see the water stops right there. The channel continues on. That's for springtime. You admiring the view, Dredd? I think Dredd's getting hot. He's ready to go. Come on, Dredd. It looks like it's a little loop trail. Not long. Well, I know the spirit of a place does not always come through that well on a camera. So I'll just share my impressions walking along. It is a very nice little trail. I think I actually prefer this to Lake of the Woods, even though it doesn't have a covered bridge and a garden with a fake waterfall, because this is a completely natural environment. And also, we pretty much have it to ourselves. It is very peaceful back here. However, I find it quite claustrophobic. Just from the fact of being a narrow little trail with these really high grasses. Just feeling funneled through, and the grasses are so high, or the plants along the trail are so high, that it kind of impedes my vision as to where I'm going. Which again creates a kind of claustrophobic effect. And there's the trailhead. We have made it out of the woods alive. I had faith in us, Dredd. I knew we could do it. Ready to go home now? Alright, Dredd and I are heading home. Looks like someone else is just heading in. I hope you enjoyed having this little excursion with us, and I hope to see you again for our next adventure. Bye for now.